We continue to follow breaking news here at 6 o'clock. You're looking at live pictures right now of a fire burning in El Dorado County. Evacuation orders are in place and they have just been expanded. This is a live look right now of the Bonanza fire. And according to CAL FIRE, it is now over 60 acres, 63 acres to be exact. So this is happening southeast of Shingle Springs. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Fox 40 News at 6, I'm Nikki Lorenzo.
And I'm Eric Harriman. So let's take a closer look at the area that is being impacted by this fire. The map gives you a really good idea. So again, southeast of Shingle Springs is what we're talking about here. It's hard to tell the topography from this, but you're looking at, as you know, Shingle Springs is up in the foothills. There is a decent amount in terms of population there. Definitely would not say densely populated by any means. It is pretty sort of hit and miss depending on where the houses are, but there are a few businesses here. We believe that the fire started at an auto junkyard up there. A few dozen cars were at the auto junkyard. Huge plumes of black smoke is what people first were alerted that this was happening. So the map that you're looking at here gives you a good indication of not just where it's burning, but also the evacuation orders and warnings. What you see in sort of that red orange color, I think it depends on what your TV looks like, right smack in the middle, those were the evacuation orders. Pushing out a little bit to the east there in the yellow and to the north side of the fire, that's where you're talking about the evacuation warnings are sitting right now. Nikki mentioned just a second ago that those evacuation warnings have pushed out a little bit farther. So as we get more information, we'll tell you specific road areas to tell you where that is evacuated from. But if we can take the video now here and
just one note on evacuations.
Oh,
it's actually, no, CAL FIRE just came out with this. East of warnings have been issued for east of Highway 49. So
East
before it was
49.
west, and now it's east of Highway 49. Okay. So that's just coming down from CAL FIRE just a couple of minutes ago.
Okay, good info. So Nikki, whenever we talk about, no matter how big or small the fire is, forward progress is one of the most important things.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's give you a very quick background in terms of where we're standing at forward progress. Nikki mentioned we're sitting at 63 acres burned right now. That's according to CAL FIRE, and that was just released a couple of minutes ago. But let's take a look at how the fire has progressed. At 2:40 is when this fire started. Within an hour at 3:30, we were sitting at 25 acres. Within another hour at 4:45, we were sitting at 62 acres. 4:45, 62 acres. And now here we are sitting at 6 o'clock, and it is only 63 acres. So that is a very good indication that they have a good handle on that forward progress. And again, that is so critical in fires like this. And a good portion of having a good handle on it with forward progress is because the winds are not strong. There's some light winds. We'll talk with Adam about that in a minute. But really, it's only been
it's a fuel-driven fire and not a wind-driven fire. Right. When you talk about those wind-driven fires, that's. Can we go to some live pictures right now? I know we're kind of stuck on the video there, and you can see some of the resources. I have CAL FIRE's page up here now, and just to give you a better idea of the resources that have been deployed in our 5 o'clock hour, we showed you a helicopter landing near a home and some fire crews getting off that helicopter. There are 2 tankers and as you could see, a couple of helicopters that are deployed to the scene right now to help get this fire and keep it under control. Something else that we learned in the last 20 minutes or so, we were getting reports of some PG&E customers in this area that they have lost power. They were unplanned. This is an unplanned outage. It's not the public safety power shutoffs that we normally talk about this time of year when there is going to be, a high wind event and there could be potential fire danger. That's what you were talking about. Yeah. The wind's not a factor right now.
Yeah, and in highly populated, what we're just looking at in that piece of video where you have these fire engines that are actually stationed right in front of these homes where that fire is burning up the hill. When you have a highly populated area, obviously that's not the case. They can't do that. So I think it gives you a good idea in terms of how sparsely populated it really is with homes and businesses up there. The pieces of property that they deem to be in the most immediate danger, they do have fire engines sitting right in their driveway. So that's a good thing. We have Rowena Shaddix on the ground trying to gather as much information as she possibly can. And Nikki mentioned those. You're seeing helicopters in this video. And so a couple of minutes ago, we watched a helicopter land and we couldn't figure out what they were doing because there's been multiple helicopters exactly like what you're seeing right there in that live picture. Some of them are dropping fire retardant. Some of them are dropping water. Obviously, you're not seeing anything hanging from that helicopter in terms of dropping anything. But we were like, what is this helicopter doing? And we watched it come to the ground and probably 10 CAL FIRE fire crews got out of it, and there's one of the tankers carrying some fire retardant or water onto the fire. So we're making an assumption here, but some of the roads have been closed, including Highway 49, which is the main thoroughfare coming in and out of Shingle Springs. So we're thinking that these fire crews are having to be brought in by helicopter just simply because those roads are closed and can't get those guys through.
Yeah, resources deployed very quickly. We were showing some of the video of that original smoke plume that went up right as this fire started about 2:40, 2:45.